oh, what's her age and what's his age and like what's your age gap like that.
Hi guys, good evening. It's another day, another
What day is it?
Saturday.
It's Saturday, but what day on the calendar? Day 7?
Days. I mean, say 7.
The content challenge. This is where it all started.
Is it day 7?
We got over 1,000 views, which
I
we
think
didn't expect.
day 6
Okay,
because we didn't continue those content.
so this is the newlywed content challenge, and we did really well, but we haven't really kept to the format. So it was going to be like at nighttime, just like hang out.
Yeah. A lot of people like asking comment on our video why you don't date someone at your age.
Oh, the age gap. All right, let's do it. Is this going to be the age gap one? All right, this is probably the biggest obvious topic that people are chasing, and it's actually trending, which is kind of funny because it's been around for a long time. So think about all those army veterans from like the US that would have been like traveling to the Philippines, and they just met their Filipino wife there.
Yeah.
So, and there would have been for sure age gap there too. So let's just start with you. So what is an age gap? And you can tell them what's an age gap.
You mean
Just start from ground zero. If you didn't know anything and you're from the Philippines, and someone says, "Oh, are you in like an age gap relationship?" Do you think you'd know what that is?
yes, age gap? It means like there's some gap on your age. It would be like 10 years age gap, 5 years, like that.
Yeah.
And they say his age and my age, and then how many years, the gap.
Yeah. So is it a good thing, bad thing?
I think I think there are some like limit for that.
And also, how about this? Isn't everyone just like a different person? So their opinions are different.
I don't think so, but for me, I'm not like judging people, but we should have some like limit age.
So
I think like around 70 it's too much, around 60 too much, like that.
so this is going to be maybe like a group discussion, right? So everybody can give their input on it.
Yeah, it's not like, yeah, you can say.
I just think that what I think, we come from a place of being real, okay?
Yep.
So and the reason we kind of got along in the early stage was like kind of just myth busting a little bit. We kind of know that there is like stereotypes, okay? And that we just play into that. So if you think like we're clueless and we just don't really know, okay, I think we probably know. Imagine we've gone through this circle many times.
We are
and
aware.
it's not the first time we hear those kind of things. So, and it's a conscious decision. So even before moving in ahead in the relationship, you take that on board. You think like, of course there's going to be people that aren't embracing. Think about like what families think. Imagine like older relatives.
Yeah.
Like aunt, uncle. Did you ever
Like-
have anyone in your family that's like, like not shame on the family, but it's just like,
No one.
yeah. So those are things you're going to test, right? What if there
Yeah.
was somebody? Of course you're going to take that into account. What if your parents are like, honestly, like I'm not
Doesn't
supportive
like-
of this?
Yeah.
You would probably, I would say, even me too, if my parents weren't supportive, because it works both ways, right? It's not just older and younger. Imagine like you get judged too, being the foreigner, being like, well, you've got some kind of a, why can't you, or why,
Date.
why aren't you matching with someone more similar like to you in your
Yeah.
cultural background and all that, and age too. So, but let's just say that everyone has a different feeling on it.
They have different opinions, vision, and their relationships. So
But we come from the point of like being totally real, and I would say that you have to be able to kind of get along together,
yeah,
but you have to get along in society too, I think.
yeah,
So if you think you're just going to go through life like as an outcast, I think you're in for some trouble, right? Like you need to live in this world, I think, peacefully and harmoniously.
Yeah,
Like to be
you're
some
right.
kind of reject, and like, so if the guy's 95, you see this in celebrities, right? There's like a rich old guy
Yeah.
with like some Playboy bunny, and it's like, come on, like what that's about.
yeah, like legit celebrity, like really old, and then there's a young woman, and then they are together, and then the guys are really old, like what I said, and then like people can see that because and they should be aware there's more like that.
And what's interesting is that like, if you think about it, it's not even about the physical thing. The first thing people think is, oh, like older and younger, like they're trying to imagine the physical. It's like, are you like kissing, like hugging?
Yeah.
And like that, they get hung up on that. But think about this. Think about like, okay, the 95-year-old and like the 25-year-old that are like just getting married. And you're thinking like, well, of course it's not physical. Like the guy's like almost dead. It's like it's a happiness and a bit of an exchange, right? So she's helping him, with whatever that is, and he's helping
Yeah.
her, and obviously there's a financial piece
So
there.
like they're helping each other in some ways.
Yeah. So I would look at it like this, like, isn't it nice when people can actually work together? There's so much of this world is like tearing people down. No one's helping each other.
Yeah.
Everyone's like head to head competing. Everyone's trying to pull you down. Depends on the culture.
Yep.
I don't know what in Philippines it's like. They call it crab mentality. You've heard of that? Crab? I've heard that before. I never heard about it until someone said it in Philippines. But it just means like, if there's a bunch of crabs in the bucket and one crab tries to get out and be successful,
Yeah.
guess what? The other crabs are gonna like pull him back in.
Yeah, I heard. No, but I saw that kind of like, what you mean, like grab, and then someone's gonna.
Yeah, it's like they don't want you to escape the
Yeah.
the group.
In the world.
And
the
so
society.
I think both of us see age gaps a little bit like that. Like
Yeah. I don't know why, but like a lot of people like so judgmental about that.
yeah, and we know this, right? Like we're
Yeah,
fortunate.
we're aware.
We're fortunate that people are watching this content, which is kind of funny to us because we just randomly just did this for our own documentation.
Yeah.
Right. But like people are just genuinely going through this similar thing, and so they want to hear from you. Yeah, your perspective is going to be different from someone that's like dated a lot.
Imagine like you are not lucky at the same of your age. Why don't you try different like that?
Yeah, I think that's the case.
Yeah, it's a new generation. We're not old generation, Explore, baby.
And in my case, so we talked about what age gap is. In my case, it was a decision of like, yeah, you can jump in and fast track. So people that are thinking, you know what, I'm just going to try to get a relationship like this because they think, oh, it's cool and happy. But I feel much more confident in what we're doing now because I tried a couple different normal relationships. So I think if you've got some perspective, it makes you feel a lot better knowing that you made a decision and you can compare, because I could have ended up in some real train wreck relationships, and you had a laugh about my situation that I was like, you were like, why would you do such a crazy thing like that? And we can leave that to your imagination, but leave that for an open episode. But guys, I have tried a million different lifestyle kind of in let's just say male women relationships. Sounds funny calling it a lifestyle, but different types of man woman relationships, and same age. Have I dated someone older? Yeah, a little bit older. That was a while ago, but yeah, this is we never even chat about that.
Oh yeah.
But how about you? Have you dated someone younger?
Younger than me?
Yeah.
Never.
Even in like teen years, like that in high school?
Never. I never dated like younger than me.
Do you know the expression robbing the cradle? Never heard that? What do you think that means?
What is robbing the cradle?
Okay, guys, who wants to be the first to throw it out there? Maybe how about Urban Dictionary? Have you ever heard of
Dictionary?
Ever heard of that?
I heard something.
Heard some dick.
Dictionary. I'm in dictionary.
All right. Guys, here's another thing. When there's this sort of like different backgrounds, things like that become funny, and that's kind of fun relationship stuff. Like if someone hasn't heard of something, she's also like, she'll point out things like, oh, you don't know this or you don't know that. Anyway, but with that robbing the cradle, it just means like the person is so young that you're kind of snatching them from, like right when they're born, you snatch them from their bed, and then like and you get in a relationship and with them. So it's extreme, right? It's not real. So yeah, that people have fun, but that's a very old saying as well. And I remember, in previous years, again, it's trending now. So we're talking age gaps. Is like, if I said to you 5 years difference, is that age gap?
No, there's an age gap said because of 5 years. Whatever like that's something gap on your age. We can call that age gap. Even just like 1 year, 2 years, it's still age gap.
Oh, interesting. So she's like, it's more of a measurement saying, look, there is a difference.
So they call like age gap.
So no matter what, there's a difference, right? And it could be man or woman.
Yeah. Well, and then like, we have this age gap, but we are not that like people like us, like old,
Yeah. So, and by the way, there's gonna be people saying, oh, what's her age and what's his age and like, what's your age gap like that? We're just gonna keep that a suspense. Not that it's a secret.
Yeah.
But it's more just fun for us we've got our, I guess, fun with this channel, and maybe we do like our age reveal at like 1,000 subscribers or something like that.
We got like 1,000 subscribers, we can reveal our age. But yeah, as what I said, we have this age gap. And
I'm sure the internet's very clever, so it's not like you need to go searching around, but we'll drop little clues. How about that? So don't bother like trying to like speculate,
Mm-hmm.
we'll just drop little clues in some random videos, make it more fun to watch. So when we're on the boat or the jet
Yeah.
ski, maybe we'll be like, oh, look at that sign over there. The speed limit is like 10 knots, like that.
How about you? What can you say about age gap
Right.
as a foreigner?
Which is, so the age gap, and then there's the cultural piece. So we haven't really. We'll do that in a different video, I guess.
Yeah.
But yes, there's
Let's
people
just
from
talk
the
about age gap
age
first.
gaps are more common in when there's a different culture, different country involved, because you wouldn't really. It's not done in some countries. Like imagine two people from Australia. If you're dating like 10 years less, depends how old you are. Like if you're maybe like 40, you could maybe date down to like 30. But if you're dating beyond 10 years, I think that's just society is just
Really?
yeah, minds are exploding. People are offended, and does that matter? No, I think that's probably that for us. That's where we also agreeing like we don't care what people think. Like it's what if you lived your whole life according to what others told you to do?
Yeah, that's a bit hard. Like you can't do, you can do things, because like you're worrying people.
I like this distraction technique. I shouldn't do that, guys. I'm sorry for ruining the video. But she's shivering because the water's so cold, and I just give her a little touch on the back, and then it's electric. So
Like you don't have to worry what people said. Just enjoy your life, be happy, be healthy, and make more kids.
that's another one, right? Okay, so like we
Wait
don't
a
want to go too long. Go.
Yeah, I don't. See, I forgot what I'm gonna say.
You got it.
What I'm gonna say, just do it. Yes.
All right. So she talked about like the age gap and then the kids. Okay, so that's probably the one that people would question. Say like, well, you're in a relationship. What about her needs? That's the big one where people get really tied up in. Like, what about her needs? Whoever is older, let's just say, there's how long is he gonna live? How long is she gonna live? Does she want babies? Doesn't she want
I
babies?
want babies.
And yeah, does it change? Sure. Like, and should you be honest? Yeah, you should not.
Don't be scared.
You shouldn't be selfish in this situation.
Yeah.
So that's where age gaps. If I saw an age gap relationship and someone said, "What's your opinion?" I would be straight away looking at, well, I'll just look at what they're each getting it from it, and if it's one-sided, then that's a big like no reject because it's not fair. So if you said to me like I really want babies, like eventually. Yeah, that's a fun, awkward question because in your mind you're thinking like, yeah, a man can have babies like late in his life, but it's a lifestyle
They
thing.
just say like late, and then like let's say like that person like really old. How you gonna take her? How you gonna look after the baby also? I mean like like helping each other.
Yeah. So I guess in our situation, just so you want to get to know us a little bit, we are probably just living a little bit more actively than like what otherwise might be. Like I know people that in my same age group, like they're just pretty low key, like they're just not doing things. Fair enough, maybe they're just tired from work or whatever, but that's just not me, and I don't want that to be me.
Yeah.
And so therefore I was seeking a relationship that was like more lively and something that I could like bond with and contribute to, right?
And funny.
So I think the biggest thing for me, guys, is just like the being able to do good, like to help. But it's not charity. It's
not
like
charity. It's like that's why you marry someone, because it's not about like charity. Oh, like what can I get for her? Or what can I get from him? It's not about that. That's why you married that. You married charity. It means like you're gonna be like your bond and her bond like gonna unite each other, and it means you will help each other from this low to this low.
totally. So if it comes from a place of giving, like you're actually contributing,
It's give and take.
I don't think you can go wrong. So if you're entering into whatever the age gap, but yeah, take it on board. You don't want to deal with society rejecting you because that would be stressful.
Yeah.
Do we get rejected from society?
Never.
Only when she wears that red dress like she did today when we went to the mall.
Really, I didn't.
They're like, why is this supermodel with this kind of dude that's just kind of dressed up? What's the deal? Is he your agent or?
I don't know.
But that's fun, guys.
I
It's
don't
role
look-
play, and
That's
you
why
can kind of like.
I don't look under eyes like that. I just walk.
Yeah, you gotta imagine like if you're going through life with a bit of a fun attitude, then that's just, trolling, guys. You probably know trolls, all you trolls out there. Well, imagine like real life trolling all the time. So, we're real, like we'll share our real thoughts, but like if someone's gonna just be instantly judgmental, guess what? We're gonna troll you right from the start. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not me. I think you come from the TikTok world where it's all like, you know,
Yeah.
it's a character.
Actually, no, I didn't notice that. It's like I don't know. What I can see is like my way. No people, like, and just you.
Yeah. So that's it, guys. Guys, if you want to send messages and stuff like that, do it to the official channel, please. No
Yeah.
direct DMs. That's lame. That's creepy.
And then if you wanna know our age, just like you can comment.
Yeah.
That.
Honestly, just throw it in the chat. Why not?
Mm-hmm. We love replying.
What's the main thing is just like, what is the acceptable age gap that you would tolerate in your
Yeah.
social circle, culture,
Mm-hmm.
what country you're from, whatever. That's an interesting one. Is what country you're from and what's the perception? Because I remember growing up, like I felt like 2 years you would be okay.
Yeah.
5 years, even that was like pushing it. Of course, when you get older, then it kind of disappears.
Me, I have a limit. I mean, like, I was looking for like adult than me because I want like a man who is matured. I don't like yeah, like a bit old, like let's say like a little bit couple of like age gap, but still immature. I had that like oh my god, I had enough. Like I don't want immature guy.
And you know what? Here's something for you guys. I wouldn't have actually probably pursued this relationship because I would have thought actually like no, that's probably a little bit too much of a gap. However, her previous ex, who she was very serious with, was older by quite a bit, and she was like fully fulfilled by that in some ways. The relationship was quite toxic. Well, another episode, but as in, so I was imagining, well, I'm sort of in a better position than that guy to be more lifestyle aligned and all that. I like your it's gonna make the highlights. Open the video at that, huh? So just to quickly, summarize on that, it's like if you guys can comment on what do you think is acceptable, and just have some fun with it.
Yeah, just comment what is the right age for the couple and where you from. Of course, sometimes it's about culture, right?
Yeah.
So your culture, where you from, what age, and what his age and her age is like a very acceptable in the society.
And I just thought of something before we wrap up. It's this theory I had about, I feel like age gap, the whole topic just disappears once the number gets high enough. So if say you are 30 years old, if you're in whatever the relationship, if you were with a 70-year-old, maybe that matters. But not really. Like, people only really get offended when it's someone that's like below
30.
Below 30. Yeah. And then whatever the older person is, because it's life stages, right? So like, has she had a career? Has he had a career? How's the health? All that stuff. But once you get, honestly, guys, people die from 30s onwards, like from just health, and let's not talk about that random shit, accidents. Like, just don't get so caught up with someone. Not everyone lives to 100, okay? Either. So just imagine, like, live your life in an enjoyable way.
Yeah.
And just think of like all those little things, but plan it out, because I think everything we just talked it out early on.
Actually, it's not about the man. It's also about the girl. You should put like some limits, not just like accept.
It's not good. That's good. Empowered women, right?
Like because he's rich. It's because like he has like this gold in his pocket. It means like you're just gonna accept that like old guy as like has already wrinkles, as like white hair, and like you like a beautiful woman, sexy, like that. You deserve better, even that's old.
Honestly, I think technology has changed all of that. It used to be like the foreigner and the man would have a lot more power because, like, they can travel, they can visit, they can kind of go out and just be the only one in the right. I came to visit you, and there was no foreigners anywhere. That was unusual. Normally in Philippines, like big cities, they're everywhere. But
That's why I'm happy that.
But online, this is the online dating thing, and check out her link for that.
Yeah. So guys, if you wanna find like a single, but be a wise man, and girl, be a wise woman and man. So if you wanna find a single man and single Filipino, I will put the dating site, the link of the dating site that we used before, and you can just like get like a subscription.
Yeah, it just so happens that like it worked really well, and I can tell you which ones not to use if you really want to go through the comparison. But I would just use that one, and that's it. That works well.
Yeah,
And just so
because-
happens that it's located. The office is just located in this office tower here, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, well, because if they are looking a Filipina, much better use that a dating site from Filipina, as in like people there are Filipina, because that's what you're looking for. It's Filipina.
Yeah. So check the link, and that's
So-
it. All right. Should we wrap up?
Yeah, by the way, he's not that old. I like his face.
Oh yeah.
Because I look after him always. Like,
Well, guys, again, what are you gonna do? You're gonna have to like try to keep up, right? So not a bad thing. Instead of like sitting at home, no, we gotta swim some laps. Guys, I gotta swim there back and forth about 20 times. Otherwise, she,
I put some skincare.
otherwise she will lock the house and keep me out, right? Okay, kiss and goodbye. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Kiss. Bye, bye. Touch the button.